In this video, we'll be looking at a way of organizing our sample space. So this is going to be called a Venn diagram. And a Venn diagram is a visual representation that shows overlapping sample spaces. So a Venn diagram is a visual representation that shows overlapping sample spaces. So sometimes when we're looking at different samples, there can be some overlap. For example, maybe we're talking about students who are taking English and math. Well, some students are taking only English, some students could be taking only math, and some students might be taking both classes, and that's where they'll overlap. So the way the Venn diagram works is when the circles overlap like this, that's where they both that's both sample spaces. And when I'm in one circle but I'm not in the overlapping portion, that's I'm only sample space 1, and then over here we'd be only sample space 2. And then we have to take into account the people who aren't taking math or English. So they're outside of both sample spaces, and that's what's going to be the box. So the box represents outside of both sample spaces. So this is kind of the ideas of how we're going to plug it in, but I think this will make a lot more sense if we do an example. So in this example, there are about 1,200 students at STHS, 600 are taking English, 700 are taking math, and 300 are taking both. So let's fill in the Venn diagram. So what I always suggest is step one is fill in both. Let's fill in the both section first. So fill in the both section first, that overlapping. So we have 300 are taking both, so I'll put 300 here. So we're going to call this our English, and we're going to call this our math. So the idea is if 600 are taking English, but 300 are taking both, how many are left taking only English? So my second step is to subtract to find the onlys. So I'll take my total taking English, 600, and I subtract from it 300, and I get 300. So we did 600 minus my both is 300. Now we can do the same for math. So if I have 700 are taking math, I can subtract my boths, and I'll get what's only taking math. So now what we need to do to find our total not taking, so we're going to fill in a value for not taking either subject. So we will take our total, 1,200 students, and we'll subtract all three of these from that. So we can subtract the amount of people taking English and math. There's our total amount of people taking English and math, and we can subtract that from 1,200, and we'll get how many people are taking neither English nor math. So we would do step 3 is subtract the amount inside the circles from the total to find the outside. So all we're going to do is we're going to take our 1200, that's our total, and we're going to subtract from that our numbers on the inside of our circles. So we'll subtract 300, 300, and 400. And when we subtract all three of these, we actually get, maybe using a calculator or something to help us move quickly, we will get 200. And that's how I know 200 people are on the outside. So 200 people are taking neither English nor math. So 300 people are taking only English. 300 people are taking both English and math. That's what this overlap's telling me. 400 people are taking only math, and then 200 are taking neither. And then if we add all these together, that's our total amount of students. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.